week, one small business is given an opportunity to showcase themselves. The business owner must be able to fully articulate how their operations are done. He or she must identify their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in such a way that they will be able to convince our panel of expert judges if they deserve to win the season prize of $1,000. And for you, the viewer, this show delves deeper into the world of business, hence each episode promises to deliver vast knowledge and experience to help you grow or start your own business.
Hello once again and welcome to Ndine Thaza, the reality game show that aims to inspire a generation of successful entrepreneurs and to promote the ease of doing business. Now, after 5 weeks at the helm of our scoreboard, the Commie Boys Bill and Elisha were relegated to second position by DJ Junior P, who has been at the top for 2 weeks now. There are 3 more entrepreneurs still to present their businesses, and we are indeed set for exciting times as we edge closer to the finish line. Previously on the show, Sylvia Chabume put up a good presentation and managed to impress the judges with her catering and food enterprise.
Ndongwena ndakaphika chikafu changu ndikubikira kumba, ndongwena ndakaphika chikafu changu makhela ndinodilivera nguva yelunch.
On the weaknesses, I've given a 40, and the opportunities, wow, I think this industry is huge.
Moving on with the show, about half of Africa's population, that is over 500 million people, do not have access to modern electricity. This is a problem that causes major challenges for people on the continent, including poor health and slow development. This week's entrepreneur is contributing to solving this problem through ethanol stoves that will improve the lives of many people who live without electricity. Here is a demonstration of his product.
Hi, my name is Tich Dzingirai. I'm 30 years old and I'm an energypreneur.
This is a clean stove. It doesn't have smoke or smell. The stove uses ethanol and it is safe if we follow the procedure properly. Turn the stove upside down to take out the canister to fill the ethanol. This is the canister and it has fiber inside. You pour your ethanol into the canister like this. Clean the canister before you insert it back into its place. The canister has the capacity to hold 1.2 liters of ethanol. And when it is full, you will see an overflow on the edges of the canister. To remove the overflow, turn the canister upside down and wait until the overflow has all dropped out. Place the canister between its 4 supports to hold it tight. The regulator is used for turning on and off. It is used also to control the flame. Shift the regulator to open position and light the stove. This is how we decrease and increase the flame. After use, turn off the regulator and make sure the flame is off.
This kind of business has a big social impact, and this week's entrepreneur is determined to save the environment, improve people's lives, while making a profit. Tich Dzingirai is a Tony Elumelu Foundation alumni, having been selected for the program in 2015. This program is the brainchild of Mr. Tony Elumelu, a Nigerian economist, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. The $100 million program targets to support 10,000 entrepreneurs from across Africa over a period of 10 years, and 2018 is the 3rd year running. The program targets to create 1 million jobs and a contribution of up to $10 billion in Africa's economy by these entrepreneurs. Now that we know about Tich's product, let's hear some of the challenges he faces in his business.
The biggest challenge right now is liquidity, I think, because you're too small, and getting people to buy into your product And if you were to drop one source of burning fuel, such as firewood, which is essentially free for most people, and to get them to buy into my product it's a bit of a big challenge. Convincing that mindset, and also getting people to understand what ethanol is, because most people have the view that ethanol is dangerous, and we're trying to teach them that no, it's safe. If it's handled well, it's very safe. It's safer than using gas, and it's a lot cheaper and a lot easier. It's even friendly for children to use a stove. There's not that risk that, a kid is just gonna come, light matchstick, and boom. Nah, none of that's gonna happen. It's very safe. And, as well, penetrating our target market. Because if you look at my primary target market is the rural communities, the low-income earner, and unfortunately they're the ones who they don't have money, they don't have disposable income. So getting them to say, hey, look, try out this new product, use it, they will tell you it's wonderful, but they simply can't afford it. And now we're trying to find ways to make this product appeal more to the upmarket or to the high income earners, and say, no, look, get this product, get it to put it in your household, or get it for your people back in the villages, and support them by buying ethanol and give it to them, so that they can have a safer product that they can use for cooking. And I think, those are some of the main challenges. And I think the other big challenge we have now is bringing the stoves themselves, because we have to bring them in from South Africa. And I think with the challenges we're having with foreign currency, some of us we might not be viewed as priority business people, but we're working our way around it. You have to keep innovating, you have to keep pushing. Please.
Keep innovating and keep pushing. That is the only way for survival as an entrepreneur. Tich is looking at the bigger picture of his business, and definitely the big picture often trumps the challenges. After the break, our mentor for this week starts a series on finance and creditworthiness.
Access to finance helps a small business to take advantage of opportunities that can come their way. This may be in terms of orders that they come across.
The laboratory can actually do the geochemical analysis.
People can go to the ECD center to read.
Earlier on, before the break, we got an in-depth presentation of Tich Dzingirai's innovative product that solves the energy challenge faced by half of Africa's entire population. Now, let's say Tich got an order today, say from a company that wants to help communities. He'd need to finance the project, to import all the components to assemble the stoves locally. This week, we start a mentorship series on finance and creditworthiness, presented by Immaculate Chayamuka. She is a member of the Institute of Bankers of Zimbabwe and is the manager for credit and product development for an emerging microfinance institution. Let's check this out.
Access to finance helps a small business to take advantage of opportunities that can come their way. This may be in terms of orders that they come across. They may not have the right funding, in fact, enough to cater for the order. So then they may approach a financier to assist in funding. Access to finance also helps when it comes to expansion. When the small business wants to expand, it may not have the right infrastructure. For instance, when the small business wants to move from a manual system to automation. So this means that the capital then enables the small business to adapt to changes in the environment, to technology, because the small business, they also need to adjust to the technology. Access to finance also helps the small business to acquire machinery or equipment that they may need, that may be in the form of asset finance or lease finance. For working capital, it's also a form of finance that the small business can be availed by a financier. When the small business needs more resources, maybe it may be raw materials that they may want to stock, even the inventory. They may want to increase their inventory in order to increase their revenue. So all those are forms of finance that are available from the lender, and that also assists the small business to grow.
Now, let's watch Tichauna's SWOT analysis and see what position he takes on our scoreboard.
My business strengths, I think you can say being a pioneer in this, you're the first one bring it in, which means you've got a whole huge market that's untapped that you can take head on and take charge and build a strong and sustainable business and name for yourself. Another strength as well is that it's a very innovative and a fuel that no one has ever looked at. So it's something that when you give people, you know that it's locally made, it's made in Zimbabwe. You don't need to spend a lot of money importing gas anymore. You can now redirect that money used to import gas to a local product, which means money is not circulating in the economy. If you're looking at weaknesses, right now we're very labor intensive business at the moment, and it kind of slows down our delivery to the market, and it's also pushing costs up very high. And which means that if someone was to come in at the moment right now, and they heavily capitalized, they could potentially take us out. That's one of the main weaknesses we have. The other one is myself, marketing. I'm not good at really marketing myself. I've always been the economics, business development, numbers guy, but going out there and say, hey, it's me, I'm doing this, it's been a weakness. It's been a great weakness, and it's something I'm working on and continually learning how to improve. If you look at opportunities, it's a very exciting space we're operating in. So being a pioneer of such an innovation in the SADC region, we have potential of growing to an export size business where we can start supplying these stoves outside of Zimbabwe and taking Zimbabwe-made ethanol to other countries to be used in order to curb deforestation through the use of this stove. And I think there's no other greater opportunity than that, where you can actually earn foreign currency for a company, for your country. You can participate positively towards the GDP of the country. That's a very big opportunity. And as well, you're looking at, as the business, you also have an opportunity to capitalize, and to become more automated. And that brings in a new skill set. It means that you're going to be pushing, you'll be more productive, and you're going to sort of like contribute positively towards manufacturing in Zimbabwe. And that's something I think we need, and as young entrepreneurs, that's something we need to do in order to bring back the glory of Zimbabwe as it is in the business side. And opportunities for myself as well is to get my name out there and to have positive influence as to how people practice cooking. Because we have a lot of our grandmothers or grandparents being exposed to smoke and they're dying from smoke-related diseases, which could be avoided through the use of this product. And I think that's a big opportunity that we need to take up. The biggest threat right now we have is, I think, competitors. You're looking at the gas industry. They've built themselves up. They've got such a huge chunk of the market share, and they've sort of monopolized the industry. And going up against them at the moment is a mountain task. Because if you come today and you say, okay, I'm going to charge my ethanol on $1.10, they can just easily drop prices to $1 and knock me out the park. Because a lot of people have now bought into it and now believe that gas is the one. Yet we have an alternative solution. And I think as well, availability of ethanol itself, with what's going on in Chirezi, Chisumbanji, where green fuels and so forth are not expanding their farming, they're not expanding their production of ethanol, which means that at some point I'm going to hit my market cap and I'm going to need to get more ethanol, but I can't source it from anywhere else. And sourcing it from anywhere else could prove to be too expensive for me as a startup. So if I had $1,000, interesting, I would take $250, spend that on ethanol and the packaging of it. I'll package it, put about $12-15 of diesel in my truck, drive to airport with my stoves and ethanol, and start selling. At that point in time, and build on my customer-funded business. I'll sell the product I have, take back the profits. If I get more, if I get more orders, I'll go top up the ethanol and the stoves, and go back and push until I get at least a sizable amount of houses in airport using my stove, and they stop using firewood and gas. I'll be happy with that, and I can grow my business from there, because word will spread to other locations that there's now this product and it's amazing, go use it.
Zimbabwe is full of innovative people involved in different kinds of businesses, and this makes me proud to be a Zimbabwean. After the break, it's over to the judges one more time for their scores and comments. Welcome back. Thank you for all your feedback on our Facebook page, and for all those who have started applying to participate on the show, good luck with the selection process. Please note that if you are not selected, it does not mean there is anything wrong with your business. But our selection process is ongoing and you may be considered in the future. Now, let's check out the judges' comments and scores for Tich Dzingirai's presentation and see if he will shake the scoreboard.
Very innovative products. These are some of the products that we are looking for, and products that will take our country forward. We want people to think outside the box. I was very, very much impressed with the development of a product that's competing with the importation of gas. I'm sure we've heard from the press the efforts of our country in terms of reducing the export bill. I've been impressed. I gave him a 40. My worry was just importation of, I think, the stove, which I thought we have a lot of players in the industry that can actually join up forces with Tich and come up with a product of the same. In this regard, I've given him 30 because his product has exposure to foreign currency, because because when we are living entrepreneurship, we should live in the moment, we should live in the environment. Because we have a challenge of foreign currency, we have to look for ways of alleviating the challenge. Come up with ways in which we don't expose ourselves to that one. In terms of opportunities, I've given him 40 because look, he does mention the fact that this product has quite the potential of taking over the whole of the Southern region. So he has a global market perspective. So I like the fact that he is not our typical survival entrepreneur. You know, the entrepreneur that when they meet their rent, they are done, they start trading again, they meet their rent. This guy wants to change the face of the region. So 40 for opportunities, threats, I've given him 30.
For his strength, I'm going to give him 40. He knows. It looks like we are dealing with a pro here. He has definitely managed to articulate his issues and he has managed to put them out there. He's very clear about what he wants, what he's expecting, and he also his weaknesses. I give him 45. He really articulated them according to me. That is, he even went on to talk about himself as the leader of this business. That he lacks marketing skills. For opportunities, he talks about growing the GDP. He has the bigger picture. He's a guy on a mission. We want people like him. He's also using a local product, by the way. His main product is locally manufactured in Chisumba. And he realizes that his suppliers maybe they don't have a growth strategy. He has a growth strategy, but his suppliers might not have. So I'm just hoping that his suppliers are also watching as we try to look at his SWOT analysis. And for that, for the first time, I give him 48 for his opportunities. Yeah, shockingly Simba I do. And for the threats, of course, the gas industry has done well in terms of marketing themselves, in terms of putting themselves out there. So for that, I give him 40. And the general comments, generally his presentation, I would like to give him a 45.
For me, there's nothing entrepreneurial about this guy.
Just come on. You guys understand?
Wait. He's busy importing these stores and selling them back to us. It's a margin, of course.
So do you want to continuously buy gas?
And which same bank would give him forex to buy?
I agree with
to buy this stores? He needs to just think outside the box, look for other products that can be powered by ethanol, and find ways to distribute his ethanol to everyone around Zimbabwe, so that we can easily access the ethanol and his product. Then we buy. So for the opportunity, I think I'll give him 40.
The strength, I gave him the 40 because at least he knows his product, and he's got a bit of a skill in that industry, which is actually displayed. And I'll give him 30 for the weakness, 35 for the opportunities, 30 for the threats, and then overall I've just given him 35. The reason why is that the industry he's embarking in, it's a high, barrier entry industry. It needs a lot of regulations, a lot of compliance issues that are required. And the major thing is that we've got one supplier of the product that he wants to sell. If anything happens to that supplier, that maybe he might have to look at alternative suppliers, which is now imported. That's a really threat to his industry.
Simba Day refusing to accept that this is a viable concept, suggesting a slight tweak to the business model, while Evans and Rose are adamant that Tich is onto something. I believe he is. Here are the total scores for this week. Luke, 170 points. Evans, 180 points. Rosaline, 218 points. almost giving a perfect score, and Simba 125 points. He was not impressed at all, bringing Tich's total to 693 points, just nudging Johannes Simao, who is also into the energy business, out of the top 5. Well done to all our participating entrepreneurs who are working hard to solve some of the pressing challenges we face. Let us continue to do the good work and keep Zimbabwe's economy alive. Until next time, let's keep doing business, making money and creating lots of jobs. Goodbye.